7.RP.3, let's look at 3. The number of fans who attended a softball game increased from 1,200 for the first game to 1,500 for the second game. How many fans will attend the third game if the same percentage increase occurs? So we're looking for the percent of increase, the percent of change. And the percent of change is change over original. So how much did this change? Well, 1,500 minus 1,200 is 300. So the change was 300. What was the original? The original was 1,200. So the percent of change is 300 divided by 1,200. And we get 0.25, which is 25%. So it increased. It started at 1,200, went to 1,500. It increased by 25%. So how many fans will attend the third game? So now we're starting with 1,500, and we're looking for a number. 1,500 now represents 100% of the 100% of the fans. But from the first game to the second game, it increased by 25%. So if we're increasing our percentage by 25, we're no longer at 100%. We want to know what is 125%. And now we cross multiply. 1,500 times 125 gives us 187,500. 100 times x gives us 100x. We will divide by 100, divide by 100. We get x equals, these will cancel, 1,875, which is 1,875. That's how many people will be at the third game if the percent increase stays the same. On to 4. Isabella earns simple interest on her savings account. She deposits $1,200 into her account and will have $1,344 after 2 years. How much will Isabella have in her account 7 years after her initial deposit? Okay, so the thing we need to point out is that how much did she make here? She started with $1,200 and she ended with $1,344. So what's that difference? 1,344 minus 1,200. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1. So it's changed. It went up $144. But we need to continue reading because from 1,200 to 1,344 was actually 2 years. So this took 2 years for this to happen. That really doesn't do us much good. We want to know how much is it in 1 year. So we simply divide this by 2 and we get $72 per year. So in 1 year she makes 72, 2 years she'll make 144, 3 years we just multiply this by 3. Let's continue with the problem. How much will Isabella have 7 years after her initial deposit? So we need to multiply this times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 1 is 50. So 504 is how much more money she will have. The question is, how much will she have in her account? Well, she started with 1,200. She's going to increase that by 504 because that's how much she'll make after 7 years. 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 5 is 7. And 1. So $1,704 is how much she'll have after 2 years.